Well, folks, now that the Oasis gigs are well and truly over now since like November, I just thought it'd be a good time to kind of reminisce on my experience with Oasis and their Dublin gig. My story, how I got my tickets. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to talk to, especially on a boring day, pissing rain outside. So, yeah. Right, so obviously my story starts with, being a mega Oasis fan, first of all. The whole background of how I got into Oasis, I'm going to talk about that another day, but basically, we'll start from when the tickets went on release. Obviously, biggest news anyone could have hoped for, especially at the time, was obviously that the gigs were announced and the whole fucking world lit up all of a sudden. The day rolls around when the tickets go on sale, for specifically Dublin and I think like a couple of occasions in England. There hadn't been much more announced until after that, but I was in the queue up at the crack of dawn 2 hours before, got into the queue an hour before, and then 8 o'clock rolls around and I'm left pacing the garden up and down for 2 hours, and then I come inside and I'm still in the queue waiting. I was waiting from the moment the tickets went live until 2:30 that day, and I held out hope, despite the capacity of fucking Dublin being like, I think it was like, 80,000 or something like that, Croke Park. I held out hope. It was literally me versus the world, like just myself on my phone. Like I didn't think to, have two phones on the go or anything like that. It rolls around to when the tickets pop up, and the only ticket I see is a VIP ticket for like $2,000, and I was genuinely willing to pay that $2,000, and I clicked on it and it wasn't even there. You know the way Ticketmaster, they have all these like fucking VIP tickets and all that, but when you click into them they're not available. It's just the display. Yeah, all the tickets were gone. My world fucking turned upside down, and yeah, I got very, very depressed that day and went straight over to this restaurant across the road from me, got fish and chips and a couple of pints of Guinness, and rang my dad and gave him the horrible news. Now, my dad's not a fan of Oasis, but he understands that I wanted the tickets more than anything, and I started ringing people and telling them, look, I didn't get the tickets, and everyone was shocked that I didn't, because they know how big of a fan I was. But yeah, that was a very dark day, despite it being a beautiful blue August fucking summer's day. Like, yeah, I was left heartbroken for a couple of months. I lost all hope. I kept trying to get resales, no luck. I'd go on the odd time, absolutely no luck, and it was a very dark and dull time, to be honest. I went through a very kind of rough patch in my life from September to, I'd say, about March 2025. So from September 2024 to March 2025, I was in a rough spot in my life. Yeah, life was just shit up until about March 2025. And April Fool's Day rolls around, April 1st, and I'm on my lunch break and I have a weird tingling sensation in my head. It's like, I have a feeling I'm just going to get tickets one day. I don't know why. Either one day or soon. I don't know. There's something in the back of my head. It's almost as if the universe was calling to me. But I was trying to get tickets off people I knew, people that knew people, blah, 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 all day. I was posting on my story, so on, so on. And it was the last 15 minutes of my break. I had just eaten, and I work beside the TK Maxx, so I decided to go into the TK Maxx and just stroll around for my last like 15 minutes or whatever, just look at clothes, whatever have you. And I was like, do you know what, I'm going to go try to get a fucking ticket. And I'm not even joking, the second I went on, there was 3 resales. One of them was only I think it was $4.98. It was the cheapest I'd seen a resale. Now, mind you, every other resale I denied it because of 730 quid, nearly 800 for like seats that were way up in the stands. Like I've shit eyesight, right? So like I wanted something closer, sitting down, right, but closer. So I see this one, and without hesitation, I went straight because it was the cheapest one I seen. Without hesitation, I literally went. I mean, the whole transaction was. It must have been just about a minute. I didn't even think. I just done it. Had to approve with my bank. They were like, are you sure you want to spend over, it was like 506 after fucking handling fees and all this sort of shit that Ticketmaster charge you for. And I was like, yes, done. It's like, you're in. And I was like, it didn't register with me, right, at first. And I was like, I just kind of just walked over to my back to work. And I just stood there staring at the wall. I was like, fuck, I'm actually going to Oasis. After all that waiting, after all that trouble, after all that time, it's like things are finally looking up. And I'm actually going to see my fucking favourite band that has ever existed, like. And it just dawned on me, it clicked. I was like, I better print everything. So I went up to the printer at work. I just printed out my tickets and everything. Like, even though I didn't have to, I just did out just pure excitement. And I was like to the lads, I got an Oasis ticket. And like, they know Oasis is a big deal, obviously getting back together, but they weren't fans. They're like, oh fuck, how much did you pay for it? And I was like, 500 quid. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah. And then I looked at the ticket again. And lo and behold, it says pitch 5 on it. Right up the front. It was a pre-sale resale ticket, VIP, for Croke Park. On my birthday as well. Sorry, I forgot to mention that too. 16th of August, 1998 is my birthday. And I was turning 27 the day Oasis were playing. I'm sorry, I forgot to fucking say that. That's like a major fucking plot point in all this. But Oasis playing on my birthday, 16th of August, I'm up the front. Like, you couldn't have, like, the fact that, like, the stars aligned for that shit is just, do you get me? Like, people, like, think I'm crazy for spending that much, and, like, fuck it, like, I can say I done that, like, do you know, to my kids or whatever, or my grandkids, like, if they end up being fans, I can tell them I was there and I done that. Lo and behold, on my birthday, I'm going to Oasis, like, and yeah, it was right up the front. Yeah. So time goes on, goes through the summer, and obviously this is the most major event in my summer that year, because I wasn't planning on really doing much. I didn't really plan any major trips or anything like that. So Oasis was my big thing. See, it rolls around then to August, and it's a week before, and the pop-up shop opens in Dublin. I head up there, one of the first in the queue, for like one of the days. It was like a Sunday morning. And I've been open a couple of days, but I was up there regardless, and yeah, got a t-shirt, like the book and stuff like that, got a poster. Yeah, didn't really buy much. I understand merch is kind of like a cash grab type of thing, but like, look, the t-shirt I have is really good quality, it's heavy duty, and yeah, that's my kitty. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted there. I didn't get much now. It equated to like 90 quid, and I was like, fuck me, like, but like, I spent it, you know, you only live once, I guess. But yeah, rolls around to the day of the gig, and mind you, I hadn't ever been to Croke Park, so I'd scoped it out a couple of days prior. I specifically picked the day where I could scope out where I was going. But I get there, it was like 11:30 going 12. And nobody's queuing up, and I see all these security guards and guards walking around, like Gardaí, like the police, if you're not from here. And yeah, I mean, they're kind of just walking around and like stopping people from queuing up, and I was like, fuck, I don't give a shit. Like, I was dressed kind of smart. I was wearing a pretty green, like, gunner smock with jeans and a pair of like Doc Marten shoes, like canvas shoes. Like, kind of smart looking attire, not really something you'd wear to a gig, but like that, and I had a bucket hat in my hand, but I didn't put it on. But I think everyone thought I like worked for like Croke Park, or like I was a part of like the whole gig, because I had people coming up to me and asking me like, oh, do you have tickets for sale? Where is this? Where is that? And I was just like, I don't fucking know, like, you know. But because I was dressed kind of more smart, like, then I'm not just wearing like blatant like Oasis and like bucket hats and like fucking this and that, and you know, people obviously thought I worked there. But it was so funny, like, I was just standing at the gate I was supposed to be at for about 40 minutes, and this dude rocks up, and his name's Paul, and he's like, oh, do you think this is where we queue? I just got talking and all that, and Paul ended up being like one of my best mates for the night. Like basically, like just you know when you go to gigs on your own and you kind of just make your own friends. Like I talk to a wall personally when I'm at a gig. Like if I'm pissed drunk, like I will make friends with anyone. Like and then like a couple of more people started gathering, and this couple from Kerry, I can't remember their names. I'm still in a group chat with them on WhatsApp. This German girl and a Ukrainian guy. And we ended up making a little group on WhatsApp, and like we stuck together, and we were like, look, we're going to maintain the barrier together, as if we're going to be the first people on the pitch. So me and this dude Paul literally started the queue, and you just see this line of people gathering behind us. I'll put this clip in as well because it's just like it's on from my Instagram. I just like you couldn't like make this shit up. Like going from not having a ticket to being right up the front and starting a queue at this gate. I don't think like nothing like I couldn't process any of it until after. I was like, Jesus, like I am the luckiest bastard. Like I don't know what shit I pulled off, whether I accidentally done black magic when I was drunk one night or some shit. I don't know, but like everything fell into place and it was beautiful. And yeah, it ended up being a fucking phenomenal night. Yeah. We sorry, I'll go back to when we got let in. So we were let in and we were one of the first people let in or whatever, and we skipped all like the tour of like the museum and all that just so we could be up the front. And we get out onto the pitch and we run towards the barrier, and we were one of the first people let out on the pitch. I also have a video of that I'm going to put here. Fuck me, it was like just the sun blazing and everything, and you just the massive speakers and sound testing. It was just beautiful. I had a pint of Guinness obviously in the queue, so I was kind of like I hadn't eaten properly either, so I was kind of like, you know, like I wasn't feeling it, but like I was like, I need more drink, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, like when I go to gigs, like I drink a stupid amount. Like yeah, we were there at the front, cast started playing, people flooded the front, like, and next thing you know there's a sea of people behind you and around you, and it just seeing that many people, like it doesn't like it. The clips won't do justice, like the scale of just having that many people behind you. I was just, my mind was fucking blown, like, and yeah, it was something else. Like now I do have a few complaints. You know, there was a few things now I wasn't really aware of with Croke Park in particular and all that, and just like the way Oasis set up the fucking like museum and the VIP lounge in particular. We ran out so we could get the barrier first and maintain it, and we were like, we'll take turns going back up to the museum to look at it so we can get the full experience. I said, Jay, grand. So I was like, I'll go up first, and I was like, I'll go up and get a pint or whatever, because we had the VIP bar on our thing here, on our wristbands. Actually, I'll get them now. Yeah. So that's front standing Oasis, and then our VIP. Fucking beautiful. What a memory to have. Like, yeah, we were saying we'll go up one by one. Sorry, I'm digressing. But I went back up, and your one stopped me at the door, and she goes, "Oh." I was like, she's like, "Oh, you're not allowed back in." I go, "Excuse me?" Like, she goes, "Oh yeah, once you're out, you're not really allowed back in." And I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" Like, and she was kind of just looked at me, and I was like, that's fucking bot. Where do I get something at the bar then? And she goes, "You have to go down to the normal stalls like everyone else." And I was like, why did I pay that amount of money then, and why does it say VIP ticket on it? And I just kind of got pissed off and shrugged my shoulders and fucked off. That kind of like annoyed me, you know, because I did want the full experience. Like as a fan, like a massive fan of Oasis, like I know stupid knowledge. I know when Liam's dog fucking farted back in 1991 or something or whatever, you know, like stupid shit like that. It pissed me off, and yeah, like I went to the Jacks and all that, and you know, I went to the Jacks about 2 or 3 times throughout the gig. 3 times. There was one time I went back, it was as Richard Ashcroft was ending and just before Oasis started. See, I was with a girl that was with Paul. She knew Paul. I can't remember her name. If you see this, I'm so sorry. But I had a great time for her. Brilliant, lovely lass. But she'd sneak cans down with her bag, and it was grand. We had cans of Smirnoff, all that crack, blah blah blah. So I went up and I was like, no, do you know something? I'm getting a couple of pints or whatever, or I'm getting something strong like Smirnoff. Hi Frankie. I'm getting this is a pint of Guinness right here. I said I'm getting cans of Smirnoff or something like that, just so I can get drunk very quick before Oasis get on. So I go up and get 3 cans to myself, and I get 2 cans for Paul and the other girl. And I'm going to get the cans, waiting in the queue about 20 minutes. I get the cans and the lady start cracking them open. I'm like, sorry, what are you doing? And she goes, oh yeah, I have to open them here because you're going to throw them at people's heads if I don't open them. She was like a Brazilian girl or something like that. I said, what's the logic in that? Like, I can still throw them at people's heads, but like, it doesn't stop me from, you know. And she goes, oh yeah, we hear that all the time. I was like, just give me the cans. So I was going down with a bunch of cans like that were open, and I'm walking back onto the pitch, and this dude stops me and he goes, oh yeah, no, sorry, you're not allowed cans on the pitch. And I was like, there's a fellow over there selling Rockshore cans, and he goes, yeah, you're not allowed to Smirnoff cans onto the pitch, sorry. I go here, like, it's my birthday and all that, trying to pull that shit with him, and he just goes, you know, sorry, bud. Yeah, like, you can't. I was like, you're allowed points. He's like, you're allowed points on the fucking pitch, but not. I was like, listen, seriously, like, are you fucking for real, like? So I storm back up. I down 3 of the cans, and I'm halfway through the 4th one, and I feel my stomach bubbling like so bad, and like I'm already, like, I can feel my head swaying like that. I was like, Jesus Christ. Down 3 of the cans, no fucking joke. In the jacks as well. Took a massive piss, and then went back down. I left to go to 2, and I was like, look, I'm sorry lads, I couldn't get you anything. And yeah, Oasis were literally 30 seconds from starting when I was cutting through the queue, and I literally just got there in time, and I got to film the walkout, and it was fucking beautiful. Yeah, I just remembering it now. It's just fucking, it's amazing. Like, all the bad stuff that happened, like, once the music hit, like, it was just like, it all made sense, you know. Like, it all just washed away, and I was absorbed by the music. Once I started singing, that was it. Like, you know, I just forgot all my woes, kind of. And it was just, it was beautiful, beautiful, man. And I'll never forget when it was ending, Champagne Supernova playing, and just the ending of it with the sun fading. I was just standing there looking at it. And there was this dude from America right beside me, actually, and he came all the way from the States just to be here for this. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this dude, like, he fucking came from all the way from America, like, got a hotel and everything. Like, he must have had the time of his life. But yeah, fucking just getting out of the place as well. I recorded a clip of me smoking a cigarette. That's one more thing, actually, as well. You weren't allowed to smoke cigarettes up the front, which I understand. If you flicked a cigarette, then okay, fair enough. But the security was dead sound. Whoever they were now in front of us, they were so sound. He was like, look, just duck behind the girl you're with there, and like, I'll pretend I don't see anything, and I'll tell the security not to do anything. I said, that's fucking, thank you so much. And I was smoking like a Benson 100, so it was taking ages. But I ducked down, and I was like a little gnome with my fucking bucket hat on, just there like this. And I see flashes coming down on top of me, and I look up, and it's just 2 Brazilian girls doing this, like. I'd love to see those photos somewhere. I searched like Instagram to see if there was anything on hashtags, but no, there wasn't. But yeah, they were like taking photos of me, and I was just like this back up with them, the fag in my mouth, like. It's just so, it's just, the memories, like, being able to say I was there was just nuts. And like, the clips will speak for itself. But like afterwards, like kind of just that was it. Like everything kind of went back to normal. But it was the experience of a lifetime, honestly, to see them, like, you know. And actually, I stuck up the finger at Noel, and I'm pretty sure he looked at me and just went like that with his eyebrows, like. But like I got some sort of attention out of him, like, because I was roaring like and shit like that. I was like this, like I was originally going to get a banner saying it's my birthday, can I get a shout out? But the lads weren't really like looking into the crowd and like picking stuff apart like that. So I was kind of like, ah, fuck it, like, you know. At least I know it's my birthday, so yeah. I turned 27 that day. What a birthday. Going back into the town as well, every single pub the whole way down into Dublin city centre was playing Oasis, like. And all you see is army of bucket hats, and you know, I had my bucket hat on, like, and all, and just, yeah, I was starving, and I was looking for somewhere that didn't have like loads of people in it, and I had to go all as far, I think it was as far as near the Grand Social around that area. Now I'm not too fucking savvy with the names. I know where stuff is in Dublin, I just won't know names that well. But we were around there at some chicken place, and finally got chicken, had to sit in some alley and eat it, like, it just yeah. Actually I fell asleep for like a brief moment on, I think it was Jury Street or some fucking, it was around George's Arcade, somewhere around that area. I can't remember where. I think I fell asleep for like a couple of minutes and woke back up, and my mate was just like sitting over me talking shite, like, and I was just like, yeah, look, I think I need to go home or go to bed, like. I was exhausted, like. Yeah, again, not eating properly that day and just drinking all day kind of like ran my battery into the ground, and I got the bus back from Dublin to Drogheda and then back to where I live. I got a taxi, so yeah, I must have been talking some amount of shit to the taxi driver, because actually I got a taxi home a couple of weeks ago with my mate, and he said that he was the taxi man that drove me home. I was like, fuck, must have been talking some about the shit, like. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, having no ticket to just being able to go like that was insane, and fuck me, like, just the luck I had. Like, there were so many fans that couldn't go, so many good, genuine fans, like, that wanted to see them so bad for years and couldn't go, like, you know, and felt so bad, like, because, you know, there's people there that just, like, were on Facebook scrolling in the seats and all that, you know. You see that shit and you're like, oh, fuck you, like, you know. But yeah, not a good people didn't get to go, and I was lucky enough to, and I'll never fucking take it for granted. Never. Yeah, I just thought I'd share that story anyway. Yeah, that's it really. Until next time.